9:32 a.m. Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. I just checked my CPAP. It said it was on for 7 hours and 30 minutes with 0.5 events per hour, which is a good event ratio. That's when I can't breathe at night. But not enough sleep. I don't know why I stayed up. I stayed up till midnight to write the jokes for the Jon Stewart thing contest, and then it's like, oh, I did a little thing, I'll just stay up till 1 or 2, or I don't know what I was doing. But I've got a meeting at 10:30, and so I've got to just check my list of travel names for this travel website. And then and the stock market just opened, so I set my phone to wake me up at 9:30, but I looked at my phone at 9:23. So I'm just trying to remember my dream, and it's weird. Like, I was lying there dreaming, and then I sort of wake up my eyes, and like, I guess I should wake up. And the dream was sort of there, but almost instantly gone. All I remember is little snippets. I remember Gary Vaynerchuk, this entrepreneur, and he was saying, and this is for like the only 9 people in the world who aren't who haven't had a vasectomy. And I'm like, oh, that's me. And that kind of gave me hope, because I was like, well, if everybody else has had a vasectomy and I can still have a kid, then maybe there's somebody I can have a kid with. What else? I feel like I was sitting on a chair. I kind of get, I don't know, what was I dressed? I was like, should I wear these pants or something? And then I was like, no, it doesn't matter what I wear. Like, why has it ever mattered what I wear? Why am I so concerned with that? I would walk over to someone else and check what they're doing. I'm not going to be able to remember this. I was lying here trying to remember, like, desperately. Like, I know it was, and then I'll try to remember it later. So I don't want to, have this ramble on here. And also, I woke up with a panic again, but I remember Kathy Heller in the class yesterday saying, I don't wake up like this. I don't wake up like this. And I'm like, does she mean, like, she doesn't wake up dressed in a nice white tank top and her hair done? But she was saying, no, like, I do an hour of meditation every morning. Like, every morning I wake up and it's, like, pre-programmed, your trauma from the past and everything. So I guess she was saying that even she, like, people, your body, I guess, resets or whatever it automatically wakes up to, the sense of panic, a sense of fear, and then it takes her a moment to do her thing. And then my friend Charles was saying too, it's like, I gotta get out and exercise. He says he gets up every morning, first thing he does is like, what did he say? I forget. He says if he sat down at his computer to work, it wouldn't be good. He'd just burn out. And so he goes for, he does his exercise, he goes for his jog or whatever. I think he listens to his podcast, his little self-help 15-minute segments and stuff, his books. He pays for this podcast that gives you snippets of self-help books. So he's like, that's what he does every morning. And then he sits down to work. And then I was looking at an Instagram, like, morning schedule thing. Or like, it was saying, like, get up and, I don't know, meditate and exercise and read a bit. And then you start working. I think it was the 4:30 a.m. wake up, and then by 7 you sit down to work, and that seems a bit early. But even 5:30 or 6:30 you could get up and then, go for your jog and whatever. So it's not ideal for me to be waking up at 9:30 like, oh my God, I gotta check the stock markets, and I still have to watch the video from the weekend with the tips, and I got a meeting in an hour. That's not good. Charles says you need a routine, and that's due. And then I wouldn't, at least I'd have control. I see lots of snow. Oh my goodness. I guess it did snow last night. Everybody was saying, whoa, you remember you can see my plant dirt usually? Can't see it now. Well, that's beautiful, I guess. And if I still skied or skated or did anything, I'd be like, oh, great, powder. Like, I remember when I was a university, we went on a ski trip once, and my first girlfriend, Sarah, she was a skier. I remember watching her go down a hill once, and she was like, and I was like, wow, so talented. And maybe she's still out there skiing. But anyways, I'm not going to go down my road of regrets. I got plenty to do in the next hour, and maybe Jon Stewart's already hired me, so that's a possibility. And then I was just thinking, like, is there a way to sue, like, a guy who gives stock tips? Like, I signed up for this thing in the spring, and he didn't say that you're not supposed to follow his tips. Like, he would be like, oh, I bought this, and I'd be like, oh, I'll try it. And then he's like, I sold it, like, within seconds, and I was like, it was already too late for me, and I was losing money, and people are like, oh, you're not supposed to be following his leads, but they didn't tell me that originally, and then nobody told me that until I was doing all these bad trades, and I'm like, so, okay, that's not fair. So if anybody's a lawyer out there, let me know. What else was happening in my dream? I just remember sort of sitting there and seeing all these people and maybe walking around a house, and trying to figure out, should I be wearing this, or it was all sort of some big old house that I was walking around and living in. Was there a balcony I was on? It was something to do with like watching TV, or not TV, but Gary Vee was running something, and I was like, if I can just get picked, or I don't know. Again, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just my brain trying to. And I last night I ate the other half of that sandwich, and then lots of that aloe juice, and then that whole bear claw, which I don't even think it had any apples in it. I think those were pictures of nuts or wheat on it, the package, and so sweet, but ugh. And now I've got that bad taste in my mouth in the morning, which none of this works. So today will be the day that I get on track, and my phone has new settings. I've reset it, and now it's asking me like, oh, do you want to go with sleep mode or something, and so it can start dimming at 9 p.m. and then it just woke me up with music at 9:30. So I set it from 9 to 9:30, and that's not a good range of sleep. I'll be getting up early, obviously, and I don't need an alarm. I'll just go to bed at 9. Anyways, whew. Good morning, everyone.